So before we get started, first of all, I get these chapters from Amazon and or Comixology, depending on who gets it first. On top of that, videos are generally uploaded now on Fridays or Saturdays, anywhere between 11 and 12 o'clock. Sometimes I might do that maybe like at 10:30, but generally it's around that range since that's where most viewership seems to be on those days. Continuing off the most recent and intriguing chapter of UQ Holder, we start with Tota waking up and remembering the attack of the tower. Unable to use save point, which has been dismantled and sealed, Yukime tells them to search and narrow down the time manipulator interfering with Kiri. In the distance, Tota and the rest of them see no other than Ball back with some new help. Back to 43 years later, Tota calms down, calling Akam, saying he'll be taking the day off. Finding out the internet isn't a thing anymore, Akam tells him to go to the library, but he will need an ID. Recommended to talk to the boss, considering having no documentation has been an issue. In exchange for 3 months pay, he gets a fake ID. Using his language app from the trip to Inverse Mars, he looks to find out what happened during and after the attack. During the terrorist attack on July 15, 2088, there were 2,732 dead and missing. A virus said to be caused through contact via the internet is said to have caused a pandemic. The true source of the pandemic and illness is unknown. Several wars have happened and now the world is recovering from all of the tragedy. Upset at his failure to save everyone, searching for Mizori and Shinobu to see they're not on the list of deaths. Seeing his packed cards, Tota remembers that if the border disappears, the respective person has passed. Seeing that the border is gone, Tota remembers the mortal girls crying outside in the rain, upset at his failure to keep his promises. Akam appears to cheer him up, taking him out to eat. Tota asks him how's life, as Akam shows Tota a picture of his happy family. Back to work, Tota thinks about the purpose of their mission to save the world. Since it's still here, they haven't failed yet. Rekindling his fire, thinking back to the base, Tota decides to go back and see if anyone's there in regards to his future plans. Tota tells Akam he got his memories back and he wants to go home to Japan, which will take about 2 months' pay. Suddenly, an assassin appears, aiming for Tota, shooting him in the head. Landing ungracefully, having forgotten his training, which was one of my fears after all this buildup. Although it makes sense in the situation, worried about Akam, realizing he's the target, so Akam should be fine. Evading the assault the best he can, not looking too good, Tota considers what Donna told him a while back about taking the chance to die when possible. Unwilling to accept this, not having found his answer yet, Tota tries to ready himself for the next attack when a new foe appears, referring to Tota as his last target before finishing the job. He says he killed Tota's friends, which I highly doubt, and Tota is next. Overall, this makes me feel better about the content of chapter 175, but even if it makes sense, I don't like Tota losing his skill that he built up without seeing him use any of these abilities at least once. Although I would find this a questionable decision, after this current arc, time travel back to make things better so that we don't have this outcome at the end of UQ Holder. I highly doubt that Tota's friends have been killed and unseen. Considering all the development throughout these arcs reaching up to this point, I feel that would be a waste, and that is not believable unless we see bodies or some proper evidence. Lastly, I can't believe I forgot about Ball and how he might come back from the last failed attack. Considering fate and Negi promised to watch and wait to see what Tota and his friends can accomplish before acting. More importantly, where is his arm? I need to know. Tell me what you think of this chapter and what has been discussed if you've gotten this far.